Hello, everyone. My name is Imran Ahmad. I'm a partner here at Norton Rose Fulbright Canada. And as always, I'm delighted to have my very good colleague, Roxane Caron, joining me. She is a member not only of our technology law practice, but also of our privacy, cybersecurity, and data governance group. And one of the things Roxanne and our Quebec team does very well is they track developments, not just in the province of Quebec, but nationally as well. But today we're going to talk about Quebec specifically. There's a lot going on in the province, and I think the Commission à l'accès à l'information, which is the privacy commissioner in Quebec, has issued some new documentation, in particular that relate to a privacy impact assessment guidance document. So maybe just for our audience, just level set first, can you explain what a PIA or privacy impact assessment is, Roxanne?
Yes, so a privacy impact assessment evaluates any project that has to do with personal information under Law 25, which modifies both the public sector and private sector law in Quebec. There are three specific situations where organizations are required to conduct a PIA. So a project involving personal information, the transfer of personal information outside of Quebec, and the disclosure of personal information for research purposes.
Perfect. So you use the term project. Is project defined? What is considered to be a project exactly?
Yeah, so under it's section 3.3 of the private sector, the new section 3.3 of the Private Sector Act, a project that triggers the need for a PIA is an information system or electronic service delivery project involving the collection, use, disclosure, retention, or destruction of personal information. So this is fairly broad, and with their new guidance on PIA, the Commission d'accès à l'information gives us quite a bit of examples as to what type of projects would fall under this umbrella. So for example, an information system could be the implementation of a biometric system, video surveillance system, a payroll management system, or even implementing or changing a video conferencing system. And I'm saying implementing or changing because it's not only new projects, but also a significant modification to an existing project. So for example, if you are completely switching from one service provider to another, then you may have to do a privacy impact assessment at this time. It also covers the delivery of services, and this is very broad again. So a new mobile or an existing mobile application that gets rehauled, the creation of a member area for a website, the creation of an electronic filing system are all examples that are brought up by the Commission as falling under the new PIA requirement.
That's interesting. So it's not a full blanket grandfathering, but maybe a partial one depending on the materiality of the project itself. Makes sense. Okay, let's talk about some of the tools that are being published by the Commission à l'accès à l'information. I think the timing was interesting. You and I were chatting about this separately at one point.
Yes, so they kind of give us a Law 25 birthday gift by publishing the new privacy impact assessment guide on September 21st, so like the day before the entry into effect of the requirement. This guide, which was an existing guide from 2021, was completely rehauled, and it now covers the new requirements, so the situations I was describing above, and has much more details as to what should be into a privacy impact assessment. A great thing that they also publish is the template privacy impact assessment, which is very helpful in terms of for organizations to understand what should be in a privacy impact assessment. Now, unfortunately, because Commission d'accès à l'information is a French organization, it is only in French now. We have not heard that those would be translated. So for now, it's a tool that's available in French for French use only.
Got it. For our audience, they may find this helpful. We'll make sure we include a link to the guidance document that you're referring to. But just maybe to go a bit further on that, can you talk about the template? Because I think there's a template that has been provided, which hopefully is helpful in the guideline document. What does it include?
Yeah, and it's very helpful as a starting point when you kind of don't know what to expect from a privacy impact assessment. So the template is in a fill-in form. It's a Word document that you you can already kind of populate with your information. There are many checkboxes sections, which is great because, for example, the types of informations are listed, so you don't have to, you already have choices to choose from. There are sections on who's involved in the projects, the roles, responsibilities, what type of information would be affected, and also the identification of risk and mitigation strategies. The last two sections, there's one about an action plan. So how do you plan on mitigating any risk that would be uncovered by the PIA? And most importantly, there's a section for the privacy officer to review and approve the PIA, and to kind of say what would be the next step for that. This is very important because this is another requirement of the PIAs, is that the privacy officer kind of oversees that process and ensure that all projects which are required to go through a PIA are seen and are properly assessed.
That's a great summary. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, but I think we've done a really good job of giving a high level overview. So thank you for that, Roxanne. I know you in particular and our Quebec team, I know we're going to hear from Jeremy in a different capsule as well, are tracking developments in Quebec and nationally very carefully. So I'm sure we're going to be chatting again very soon, but no surprise, a lot of developments there. I know we're going to talk about federal developments, which are literally happening as we speak. So thanks for this and thank you to our audience.
Bye.